Hey everyone, thanks for joining. We're going to talk about the Emergency Quality Network, also known as E-QUAL. Dr. Arjun Venkatesh is the principal investigator. He's been the lead of it since 2015. He'll be presenting. Arjun, when you're ready.
We can go to the next slide so I can describe it. So for 2024, the E-QUAL Network, the project initiatives, the opportunities are in 3 areas. And so basically a group that could be team led by resident, could be a quality director working with some residents on it, can sign up to be part of the stroke initiative, our substance use disorder initiative, or the VTE initiative. In stroke, when you sign up to do it, you're actually choosing to either do a QI project focused on ischemic stroke, or it can be ICH. Same thing in SUD. It could be focused on alcohol use disorder or opioid use disorder or both. And then the VTE collaborative is a new one. It's going to be focused on improving care for high-risk PE. And if you see the map, you can see it's something, we've been up and running for over a decade. We've got over 1,400 EDs around the country that have joined, many in rural critical access areas. The place where we've probably been undersubscribed is only about 5 or 7% of the EDs that have joined E-QUAL have historically been academic EDs because we haven't marketed it there. And so the hope now is, because there's so many opportunities for residents to engage with and lead on these types of projects as opportunities, both for career development, for people interested in admin careers and quality careers, things like that, but also as ways for residency programs and chief residents to help meet a lot of the accreditation requirements. We're trying to increase our marketing and our outreach to a lot of the academics. What it looks like is this: a team at a site would say, we're going to sign up for this. We're going to pick a champion. That champion could be a resident who's like a lead admin resident or quality resident. It could be a quality director at the ED. Then over the course of 6 to 9 months, you do a QI project locally. We provide a lot of supporting toolkit materials. The main thing that's happening during that period is you're doing one PDSA cycle. You're picking a problem, you're implementing something, you're measuring data before and after to see how you do on the metrics. And at the end of the year, there's a bunch of certificates of completion. High performers are selected for the honor roll. You get a bunch of wrap-up materials. You can get CME credits, other credits. And so it's meant to be as low burden as possible, but while making it really a support tool to do a QI project locally. This is what it looks like. It's all virtual. So this is sort of the activity tracker list that people will see on the virtual portal when you join, you sign in. And as you can sort of see as you go down it, most of the activities are essentially completing a survey about your site. And Wendy will talk about this a little bit and how she got this done at Yale when she was leading this project. But what this is, it's a good opportunity as a resident to work with the medical director, the vice chair of our operations, something like that, collaboratively on filling out these surveys together. And so you get some mentorship out of it, you get some learning out of it, you help them get the work done by doing it together. And then the benchmarking activities are quick chart review activities where you sort of look at the quality of care in certain areas. If you choose to do the stroke collaborative, you don't really have to do that because most academic sites are probably part of the AHA Get With The Guidelines program. And so for that, what you end up doing is you end up meeting the stroke coordinator at your hospital, and they get you the metric data that you can submit for this. There's some big ACGME competency areas that are well aligned with E-QUAL. And so for residency program directors out there, they're going to be particularly interested in residents leading and doing these projects because it helps meet each of these requirements that the program has to show that it is delivering. And so every year, program supports submit summary reports on what they're doing to support residents in each of these areas. And basically an E-QUAL project will check mark all of these different boxes. There's also residency activities that can happen through E-QUAL. So most residencies will have either required journal clubs or will have quality improvement activities or quality projects that are often required of residents. And so what we have found is that there have been several residencies that have done this, is that by participating in E-QUAL and doing this project, they've been able to get credit for sort of these requirements within their residency. And then there's a bunch of other benefits that are sort of above and beyond what happens in the residency. These would be things that often the faculty could potentially gain from a lot. There's a thing called the CMS MIPS program, which is a pay for performance program. Often ED groups want to show their hospital partners and their hospitals what they're doing around stroke care. What are they doing around opioid use disorder? Sometimes people need additional access to CME. For the faculty, they can get ABEM MOC credit. Having just gone through this last year for my recredentialing, it was really nice to be able to click off and say that we did E-QUAL as a way of meeting that requirement quickly. And so there's a bunch of sort of reasons why I think the faculty would be engaged when residents sort of lead and we do these projects. And then I think probably the most important thing you can communicate to all of your programs is that it's free. we're fortunate to have foundation funding for the E-QUAL network. And so it doesn't cost anything to join and participate in the program.
So I've had the pleasure of being the E-QUAL lead at Yale for the stroke initiative since I was a third-year resident, and it was a truly highlight of residency. I have enjoyed being part of E-QUAL because I've been able to make an impact on patient care through quality improvement. It was really exciting to be part of a network and learn and apply best practices of quality improvement to my own institution and bring back benchmarking data as well. From the career development perspective, it was really key in helping me engage with leaders both within emergency medicine and outside of emergency medicine, such as neurology. Not only that, it was really exciting to collaborate with a diverse team of not only physicians, but APPs, nurses, and pharmacists. Additionally, because of my involvement through E-QUAL, the relationships I've developed have translated to other interdepartmental collaborations and research to improve patient care. Lastly, my experience as a resident with E-QUAL led to a better understanding of clinical operations within the emergency department. These skills that I've developed is at the foundation of being a current administration fellow. So I strongly encourage any residents who are considering and participating join the team.
This is what the E-QUAL portal looks like. And so as you sort of see it, everybody will have access to a very similar virtual portal, and we can set it up so multiple people have access. And so if there's a residency program out there where you've got 2 or 3 people really interested in admin and everybody wants to be able to access the portal activities and share the work, or also have the quality director have access, then we can sort of set it up so that everybody each has access to the same site. And then what you go through is you finish these activities, check them off. And on the right side, you see what that data collection activity looks like. And after you've done all that, this is what the reports look like. And so we'll give you these kinds of reports within 30 days. Often what will happen is residents will get these reports, share them at either admin meetings, quality meetings. They could be shared at M&M if you guys share metrics at M&M at the start of those. But there's a variety of ways to sort of disseminate this data around and show both how your ED is performing, but how it compares to other EDs in E-QUAL. And then at the end of the year, there's a certificate of completion. This is probably less relevant for some of the residents, but it's huge for some of the ED groups. If any of you are in residencies where the faculty are part of a group that reports in the CMS MIPS program, this can be a real help for them to have because it gives them some protection against an audit and shows that the ED and your emergency medicine group really in many ways is engaged in QI activities. We've been doing this for about 10 years. It works really well. Almost 90% plus of EDs come back every year. And so we did some work with the AMA that showed that sort of a back of the envelope calculation is that EDs have joined and been part of E-QUAL have saved over $55 million by improving their use of imaging studies and reducing hospitalizations. We've spared over 30,000 people from harm from ionizing radiation, over 25,000 lives estimated saved from better sepsis care in our sepsis collaboratives, and real improvements in reducing opioid prescriptions and increasing alternatives in our opioid collaboratives initially. On the right side of this is one of those all the participating EDs earned. They've over 70,000 of these improvement activity credits have been earned with CMS, tons of hours of webinars and podcasts that have been disseminated out there for free, and over 20 publications have come out of E-QUAL over the years. And as residents, if you're particularly interested, you engage in these projects, lead in these projects, there's different potential ways to sort of write up some of those results. So enrollment's open. Use the QR code, still open until the end of this month for our collaboratives. Please encourage your EDs to sign up, identify those local champions. It's that second or third year resident who probably wants to go into an admin fellowship, or the person who knows that they want to be a quality leader, or it's the person who is sort of thinking about trying out admin but needs an easy project to sort of get into that and expose, are often the people that are great people to lead up these projects. And this is one where you can get a lot of visibility, but a lot of recognition and really meaningful. So I think it's a great one for residents in many ways. Are there any questions?
Thank you, Arjun.